I'm about to do to your stubborn, annoying little planet. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and in this installment of Versus, we're pitting Gorr versus Thanos.
Today, we'll go down in history. How exciting!
For this matchup, we're comparing everything from the motivations to the fighting capabilities of these two Marvel villains to see which one deserves to reign supreme. If you haven't caught up on every Marvel project through Love and Thunder, beware of spoilers ahead. Which Avenger would you ask for help to defeat these villains? Let us know in the comments. Round 1. Motivation. To say Gorr's life was unpleasant would be a huge understatement.
The only ones who gods care about is themselves.
Over the years, he constantly lived on the brink of starvation while avoiding savage creatures and natural disasters.
It's not easy to see the people who I grew up with suffering this much.
As Gorr suffered, his loved ones told him to have faith that gods will save him. But he completely stopped believing that any deities existed after losing his last child. After Gorr's views got him banished and nearly killed by his brethren, he witnessed a duel between two gods. As soon as one of the deities asked for help, Gorr snapped. That single question convinced him that every god in existence doesn't care for mortals. After seemingly eliminating both deities, Gorr decided to dedicate his life to butchering every god he found.
So this is my vow.
All gods will die.
In one version of the Mad Titan story, he was manipulated by the embodiment of death throughout his life.
To challenge them is to court death.
Thanos eventually fell for the dark construct and aimed to impress her by taking tons of lives. When the Mad Titan was adapted for the MCU, his main motivation went beyond death. Thanos stated that he once tried to save his homeworld of Titan from a disaster by reducing the population by any means necessary. After his brutal plan was rejected, the planet fell into ruin.
They called me a madman. And what I predicted came to pass.
Congratulations, you're a prophet.
I'm a survivor.
Thanos became obsessed with preventing this tragedy from ever happening again by going to each world and cutting its population in half. No matter how many people protested his methods, he thought his violent acts were an act of kindness.
Because you murdered half the planet.
A small price to pay for salvation.
While the Mad Titan's connection to death is a bit hard to relate to, his drive to save people by slaying others makes for a more complex story. But neither of his motivations quite measure up to Gorr's. The amount of tragedy he experienced due to an absence of gods makes the reasoning behind his evil journey more clear and compelling than the Mad Titan's.
I know your pain. Your suffering.
Winner, Gorr. Round 2. Signature Weapon. The reason Gorr slayed so many gods is because he wielded all black the Necro Sword. This extremely deadly sword has extremely similar powers to that of the average symbiote.
His weapons were not just tools, they were life forms. Intelligent, trusted servants.
It can shapeshift, enhance its user's strength, and protect its host from harm. All Black can also spawn armies of minions to fight independently and get stronger every time Gorr slayed a divine being. During one story, the Butcher's weapon was so powerful that he was able to use it to become the universe. The heroes had to essentially destroy existence just to stop him.
All of existence, go away!
Gorr had to take out a lot of victims to achieve that level of power. However, there are few beings who can defeat him once he's fueled the Necro Sword with the blood of gods.
They gave Noel the power to destroy nearly every celestial, forcing the rest to flee to the farthest reaches of space.
Although Thanos isn't afraid to shake up his arsenal, his most iconic weapon of war has to be the Infinity Gauntlet.
And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
golden glove gives him the ability to command the power of 6 cosmic items. While collecting these powerful gems or stones can be a difficult task, it is 100% worth it. With the gauntlet in his hands, Thanos can teleport, enhance his power in an instant, manipulate time itself, and more.
But now is no time to mourn. Now is no time at all.
He can also completely avoid a battle by simply using all 6 stones at once to warp reality itself. A single snap of the Mad Titan's fingers can instantly tip the scales of any battle in his favor.
You should have gone for the head.
As impressive as All Black the Necrosword is, its user needs to slay many gods before it can reach its full universe-breaking potential. Although it can be difficult to complete the Infinity Gauntlet, its wide range of powers and ability to instantly shape the galaxy give it a huge advantage.
Now, reality can be whatever I want.
Winner, Thanos. Round 3, Most Sinister Plan. On the surface, Gorr's goal of butchering all the deities seems like standard bad guy fare.
You are not like the other gods of kill.
But his incredibly sadistic master plan quickly became unforgettable. After building up his power, Gorr found out how to travel through time freely. He then spent 900 years enslaving gods from across time and tormenting them on one planet. And as the cherry on top, Gorr made them all build a gigantic god bomb that was fatal to divine beings. The Butcher intended to use this massive explosive to kill every god across time in one fell swoop. Fortunately, Thor stopped the god bomb's effects after it had gone off. But Gorr came close to making all deities perish because some of them built the method of their own extinction.
Gods of the universe! I come here to raise an army.
Most Marvel fans probably know the Mad Titan's most infamous plan by heart.
With all 6 stones, I could simply snap my fingers. They would all cease to exist. I call that mercy.
After Thanos gathers the Infinity Stones, he eliminates half of all life in the universe with a snap. All his victims appear to only suffer for a few seconds before fading away.
I don't want to go, sir, please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
But the same cannot be said of all the beings that are left behind. In films like Avengers Endgame, superheroes are consumed by feelings of guilt and helplessness over not stopping the snap. And the mortals and gods in between had to deal with the complex fallout of the Mad Titan's plans. Although Thanos was only thinking about a single bad consequence, his scheme allowed a ton of problems to rear their ugly heads across the universe.
It's been 23 days since Thanos came to Earth.
World governments are in pieces.
There's no question that Thanos successfully launched a plan that devastated the universe. However, he didn't spend nearly as much time individually tormenting victims as Gorr did. The Butcher's twisted process and endgame made his plan feel a lot darker.
They've lost. You can't protect them.
Winner, Gorr. Round 4, Live-Action Portrayal. When it comes to casting a powerhouse actor to bring a heretofore niche comic book character to life, you can't do much better than Christian Bale. Indeed, Bale completely owns the role, relishing in every scene he gets to be terrifying, physical, impish, and sometimes all 3.
So, I promise to destroy your world.
There was naturally a lot of hype for Gorr going into Love and Thunder, and while that didn't leave a lot of room for him to exceed expectations, he definitely didn't fall short of them, that's for sure.
This ends here and now!
I'm counting on that.
At the end of the day, we can add him to the list of MCU villains who we almost want to root for as much as we cower in fear of them. Despite starring in a film full of everyone's favorite MCU heroes, Thanos stole the show in Infinity War. He initially presented himself as a noble and extremely calculating conqueror. But by the end of the movie, we saw that Thanos had a deep and reflective side.
Really? Tears?
They're not for him.
Josh Brolin's excellent vocal and motion capture performance made a big purple alien feel completely real. And after making us feel for the character in Infinity War, the actor provided his most terrifying and menacing portrayal of the Titan for Endgame.
A grateful universe.
Born out of blood.
They'll never know it. Because you won't be alive to tell them.
Thanos has quickly become one of the most recognizable on-screen big bads of the 2010s. A lot of his fame definitely is a result of Brolin's dynamic performance and incredible range.
What did it cost?
Everything.
As much of an advantage as Christian Bale has by not being obscured by motion capture, we can't go against the stellar and immediate characterization achieved by Brolin. This round goes to Thanos.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Winner, Thanos.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Round 5. Who would win a one-on-one? Thanks to All Black the Necrosword extending his lifespan, Gorr the God Butcher has centuries of fighting experience under his belt.
Gorr! He's got regeneration, shadow magic buffs, bleed, poison, and shock.
He's learned how to manipulate the living symbiote to create a variety of deadly weapons. And if Gorr needs more strength, he can remotely slay gods to raise his power level. He once beat and tormented Thor so badly that the mere thought of his name gave the god nightmares.
You say that. Yeah.
Speaking of Asgardians, Gorr was powerful enough to fight 3 versions of the electrifying hero at once. Most enemies can only win a duel against him if they find a way to separate him from the All Black. But his heavy battle experience makes this villain a threat even without a symbiote attached.
Gorr will lay down some devastating damage on his opponent.
Thanos has established himself as a true warrior.
My only curse is you.
He's incredibly strong, can react to extremely fast opponents, and has easily fought multiple superheroes at once. The Mad Titan is also clever enough to adapt his battle strategy if his approach isn't working.
You're full of tricks, wizard.
And Thanos doesn't even need a weapon to defeat enemies as powerful as the Hulk. But if the Mad Titan is wielding his signature Infinity Gauntlet, he can unleash a variety of mighty attacks. Anyone who dares to step up to him solo has to be at least as powerful as a god to stand any chance. Whether he's controlling 6 stones or just has his fists and brain, Thanos is one of the deadliest fighters in the universe.
I am inevitable.
If Gorr reached his maximum potential in battle, he could definitely make Thanos bleed. But the deciding factor is the symbiote. Thanos would need to separate Gorr from All Black or make the weapon his own. While disarming the Butcher wouldn't be easy, we're willing to bet that the Mad Titan is clever and resourceful enough to find a path to victory.
When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive. I hope they remember you.
Winner, Thanos. With a score of 3-2, Thanos narrowly decimates Gorr and maintains his reign over the Marvel Universe.
I found them all. I won.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.